I don't know what's on your mind, but my brother Dave Dinkins, I've known him so long. And what he is really thinking, it's not all of the great things I've done over the years, but how long is he going to speak? And most of us who've been in these situations, we realize that sometimes we get so carried away that we forget there's other speakers and whatnot. So all I can promise you is that I'm going to promise to be brief. I'm reminded about a story about a young guy. He was in church and the pastor was deep into his sermon. And right in the middle of it, the young guy got up and walked out, or started to, and the pastor stopped. And he says, "Young man, just where are you going?" He says, "Oh, pastor, I'm going to the barber shop." He said, "Young man, did you think about going to the barber shop before you came to church?" He said, "Pastor, before you started speaking, I didn't have to go to the barber shop." So I'll keep that in consideration. I want to thank my honorees, Larry Mullins. If you want to get the world, you can spend 20 minutes. How many years you guys been doing that?
It's been...
my grandkids know all about it.
50 years.
Huh?
50 years.
Yeah, good job, good job, good job. Cleveland Gary, is he here with us this morning?
Cleveland Gary got snowed in.
Okay. And if Michael Garner is a civil rights leader. He does work for us at America wherever he goes. He does work for the MTA, getting contracts for America, for our state and for our city. And when you just talk with him, you will know that he's talking about all of Americans have an opportunity. And he doesn't have to wear his Black Panther pin to let you know that he's representing us each and every day that he does his job. I just found out that Commissioner Holliday lived in Harlem. What street is that?
I was up 130th Street.
Oh, you said you were. I know my voters. He mumbled something about he was living in the district, even though I don't get votes. I know who lives in the district. But he's did such an outstanding job for veterans, for the city of New York, and did it with a lot of style and made a lot of people who made sacrifices feel good about their country and their contribution. So, Mark, I'm honored to be on stage with these honorees today and to be included with you. George has allowed me to be a good public servant because I never was able to beat so hard. How many of you play poker? Not enough. This guy has done so much good in so many boroughs. I never could peep and find out just what the hell is he selling. Because even though he's with Healthfirst, he's with people first. He allows you to know that he's concerned about what problem you have. And if you get to know him and respect him, then you may ask what he does so you can help him with what he does. But wherever I go, he makes me so proud to be able to say, I'm with George. With Dave Dinkins, I don't think they have a spot in the program for him. So there's a story that I'll get a chance to tell about him distorting it. But there was a time that the Gang of Four was also known as the Brothers, you know. And my mom was the old school, and we were joking and about our moms and whatnot, and I just shared with David that my mom didn't understand this brother stuff and sister stuff. And she said, Charlie, you know, you had a brother. How do I explain this brother Dinkins that you talk about on TV? It was just a passing thing. But David took note of that. And my mom was ill. It was Mother's Day. He sent her red roses, and he sent her a letter. And he said something like, Dear Mrs. Rangel, I understand that you had some concern about your son referring to me constantly as his brother. And even though it's a term of endearment, I want you to know that I never had a brother. My mother passed away. And if it's any problem, you can just adopt me. And I would be proud to be your son, and he would indeed be my brother. Well, it was nice, and they communicated. But I had to tell Dave that it didn't bother me with the brother business, but when my mom started talking about my son, the mayor, it did make a difference. All of you are gathered here to pay tribute for the contribution that I have made. And I think most of you would know me that there hasn't been a day since Korea that I survived that I've had a bad day. God has been very, very good to me. And that's because in appreciating the breaks that I've had and trying to help other people, I've been rewarded by just the thanks and the people that needed help the same way I did and my family did and so many other people did in this country. The one problem that we do have, however, is how quickly people forget where they used to be and the help that other people would need. Can you bring that coffee to me? And we have thanks. We have a president that people like to ridicule or be concerned or say, where do we go from here? But I'm able to convince myself that everything that happens for a good purpose. It may sound corny or it may sound spiritual, but for me it's worked. And so you can't knock that if it works for me. But I'm old enough to learn the stories of people that have come here after blacks did as slaves. But they came here adoring America. And the amazing thing is, while no one can deny that this is the greatest country in the world, they somehow forget how America has treated the last people that have come here. As some of you know, I was very close to Tip O'Neill, the Speaker of the House, when I first went to Congress. And some of my black colleagues, when we formed the Congressional Black Caucuses, and Charlie, while you guys are out there doing what you do politically, you make certain that he treats us as good as he's treating you. And it's not just you the buddy ship. I said, you can depend on it. So I went to see Tip and to explain to him that while there were only 13 of us, he hadn't recognized that in order for America to be great, for Democrats to be great, all of us have to be treated more fairly. So after an hour of talking with him, and I came out, brothers and sisters were waiting for me. They said, so what did he say? What did Tip say about your request for us? I said, well, Gary, to be honest with you, when I went in there, I was eloquent in sharing with him the need for equity and fairness. But by the time he got finished sharing with me how Irish were treated in Boston when he was a kid, goddamn, I was crying so much I forgot what the punchline should be. And I've learned over the years that Paul Dwyer and the Irish of his day were treated so terrible when they came here, and how quickly they forgot when the Italians came. They couldn't wait to beat up on the Italian population. And that's why when my chairman, Dan Roskinkowski, was a little difficult in Ways and Means, how I told him racist isn't a bad word. It's just a part of America. Because if you don't think you're racist, I know how the Irish and Italian treated the Polish when you got to Chicago. And now, it's Muslims, it's people that are brown, it's people that are black. And I had a guy last night that drove me with the mayor, but on the way home, he says, you know, what we need in this country are people that love America. And I knew where he was going with that. But because of his accent, I said, and where do you come from? And he gave me the country that he came from. I said, the reason I asked, people were asking me whether people from your country really loved America when you came here 10 years ago. How quickly we forget how much help we needed once we get here and get situated. And it's something that we can do just as much about. Because the mainstream with people who we have as president, the only reason they survive is the ability they have to keep us divided. Whether it's in the black community, whether they came from the Caribbean, or whether they came from the South, or whether they're fortunate enough to actually come from Africa, whether they came from Puerto Rico or the Dominican Republic or Central or South America. The whole idea, he cannot conceive that this great republic of ours is no longer an Anglo-Saxon country. He can't perceive, he even says it. He can't even find a wife. Unless he gets out of the United States and get back to where the true roots are. And God is going to be so good to us that because he cannot control himself, the power of the people to impeach with me, we're going to become a stronger country. But the best way for us to be stronger, Mark, is to be able to say that we're not having just Hispanic History Month, Black History Month, or any other kind of month, until we make certain that during that year, that we've done something to make this country a little greater. That little something to me is registration. Not registering as a Democrat. Not registering as a Republican. But to be able to tell your kids and your grandkids that you participated in not only making this country as great as she is for them and for their kids, but you've done it not by making a sacrifice, but you made it by participating. I used to be mean-spirited in asking people, who here was not a registered voter? Who here did not participate in the presidential election? Who here did not know the name of their city council people or state legislators? And there's a pretty lady here that didn't even know how to spell Dinkens' name, who made history as a famous black. And I'm saying that these things are not chastising or embarrassing. It's things that we're able to say, thank you, God, for the blessings you've given us. And because of that, I'm going to pay my share, or Dinkens says, my share of the rent for living here. So when you do this for me, it gives me an opportunity, one, to thank all of you for enjoying each and every day of my life. But more importantly, it gives us an opportunity in working together. The Gang of Four was people who thought we were together. If that was a gang of 4,000 and 4 million, or 10 million, or 20 million, or the majority of the voting people in the United States of America, we wouldn't have the problem today if people just respected each other. So David looked at his watch. I know what that means. And he is so happy that I am being appreciated and being honored all over what he doesn't like is that he has to be there to support me each and every time. So thank you, my brother. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, George.